Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Please welcome my very special co-host, Teri from Holding Your Space. Hi, Teri.
Hi, Jean. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you.
It's
I'm so
nice to
happy to
see.
be here.
Yes, it's a lovely Saturday, and it's a little bit cool, but it's very sunny outside. So I'm really enjoying this. And I see Jane is here, and Garnet, and Teresa, and everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have a special little treat that I wanted to share with everybody, and um, it is about the thumbnail, and her name is Sarasvati. And I was very inspired when I was thinking of Teri's energy and wanting to choose something for our thumbnail that was meaningful. Sarasvati really stood out to me. So I wanted to read a little bit about her and sort of show a little slideshow as we're waiting for everybody to start filing in. So what do you say, Teri?
I would love that. That's beautiful.
Get my Okay. All right. The Hindu goddess Sarasvati embodies the essence of wisdom, creativity, and the pure transformative power of knowledge. She is revered as the goddess of learning, arts, and insight, guiding humanity to seek truth and harmony within themselves and the world around them. Her image, deeply symbolic and beautifully crafted, speaks to her role as the spiritual force behind all forms of learning and self expression. Often depicted gracefully playing the sitar, Sarasvati signifies the intelligence and fitness required to create harmony, not just in music, but in life itself. Her music resonates as a reminder of the balance we need between intellect and intuition, logic and love. Her four arms, which represent her presence in both the spiritual and physical realms, extend across the dimensions of understanding, giving, and guiding humanity to reach their highest potential. Draped in pure white garments, Sarasvati is a symbol of the untouched purity of knowledge, unattained by ego or attachments. White embodies the clarity that knowledge brings, illuminating the path to wisdom and freeing us from the illusions of ignorance. Beside her are swans, graceful creatures that can discern milk from water, representing discernment and the sacred ability to separate truth from illusion. Her Sanskrit name is derived from Saras, meaning that which is fluid, speaks to the boundless and ever flowing nature of her wisdom. Just as water takes the shape of any vessel, so does true knowledge adapt, evolve, and meet us where we are, transcending boundaries and limitations. Sarasvati's energy brings calm, order, and centeredness, helping us to find peace amid chaos and creativity in the mundane. In her role as one of the Tridevi, along with Lakshmi and Parvati, Sarasvati is a beacon of the feminine divine, each goddess representing an essential aspect of life: abundance, love, and wisdom. Her presence highlights the timeless human pursuit of knowledge, beauty, and inner harmony. Sarasvati invites us all to cultivate an inner world that reflects these ideals, harmonizing our intellect, creativity, and spiritual purpose. So I was really just blown away and felt that it was very appropriate and very much needed for my soul very much needed to remind me who I am and why I'm here. Very much needed to understand what humanity is here for and what this is all about. She just spoke to me, and she came in and she embraced me with such calmness and kindness and uh, nurturing and reminding. It was just so beautiful. I just wanted to share that with everybody.
That was so beautiful, Jean. Thank you so much for sharing that. The Vedas have so much um, beautiful energy for the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and explaining the parts that that takes in nature and also in the universal energy as it comes in. And the Vedas have a really special part of my heart that I really align with, as does a lot of the indigenous teachings. But it's always really touching to see what they do, and also the Vedas have always had a really strong resemblance of the divine feminine. Whereas a lot of Christianity has taken the divine feminine, Mary Magdalene, and the books that they've written that so many scholars say they're no longer in the Bible. So it's an interesting premise to go with them. And today I wear my Tibetan necklace, not knowing that you were going to do this. There's so many synergies going on right now. This is actually, I bought this in Colorado, but I had just come back from Kathmandu when I gotten this, and it's beautiful. It was from a Tibetan Buddhist woman, even though this is Hindu. And it's amber. And it's a really old piece of amber and Tibetan turquoise.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
so it's an antique.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an
Oh.
oldie. It's an
Well, let's
oldie.
take another look at that one. Oh my gosh.
Which,
Oh,
I'm just all things that sparkle, I love. And if it has turquoise and amber, forget about it. So
oh. That's
my
amazing. That's
jam.
so beautiful. And it's like it almost called, well, it called to you as a validation of what you experienced while you were on your trip. It's almost like, remember me. This is something for you to remember this by. And that the energies that you experienced on your trip perhaps wanted to validate that they're still with you and that they're still right here in your neighborhood, antique store, wherever it may be. And it's a reminder, and it's an energetic validation.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I think so too, and I look at it as a ceremonial piece. Some of my pieces, whether they're American, indigenous, or South American, or this one Tibetan, and I look at them as a ceremonial piece when I need more power. When maybe I feel like I want to, what is it called? When you want to go into that power, right? When you want to generate it. But so it was just fitting that you were going to do with Sarasvati today. So really beautiful. Hey, Akila.
I
Um,
know.
so I love that. I love that.
And I keep getting chills over and over again, just validating again and again the beautiful message that she was here reminding all of us. And, I did choose it as the thumbnail. And she's like, nope, that's not enough. So then I did, and I put together a synopsis of what I read about her, and I put it into the comments or the show notes below. Is exactly what I read out loud is in the show notes below. And they're like, nope, that's not enough. We want you to showcase this information that is just so. It's a beautiful reminder of the divine feminine and the miracle of humanity, and knowledge and wisdom and creativity, and all of this. I just thought it was it, and I'm sure I'm not done with the lesson. I'm sure I'm going to be meditating with her again and again, and learning from her and embodying that calmness.
I love your energy, Jean. I love that you brought this in, and you always hit on the right artistic and spiritual aspect of things. You are so very artistic and gifted. And then it's like those go hand in hand, right? The arts, and whether it's science or arithmetic or a visual art or a sound art, go right in hand with that. And I do feel Sarasvati, a Hindu goddess, Annie Bear, that's who we're referring to. And it's like, standing up and just like Durga Ma, another goddess, that
Mm,
kind of slayed all the demons in the universe, but she did it with love. So she stands in her strength and her power. And I think we're being called now to stand in our strength and stand in our power and witness it and do it with awareness, and going to the place where that kind of in between, where we're not of non-duality, where we're not tied to any outcome, but we are standing in our power, and we are an art form, really. That is an art form, isn't it? Being able to stand in your power and not be tied to an outcome. So not
yeah.
easily done.
Wow. And everybody was filing in, and it only was 2.5 or 3 minutes long. I just wanted to bring this in as everybody was coming in. And I see Teresa is here, Garnet, Jane, Chick from Ohio, Butterflies Are Free, Julie Hamill, and Viviani is here, and Akila B is here.
Aw.
Noor and Carl and Venus, Rush. So nice to see everybody. Ness is here. So nice to see you, Ness. And Venus, did I say Venus? I think I did. Rush, Standing in Light with Annie Bear. This also reminds me of your recap of the retreat that you did with Kevin. Is it Jeffrey and Debbie, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
missing anybody? I think there may have been another person.
Those were the 3 leaders in it. And then JJ and I and Lisa took part in helping. And then Richie was there, and Alice was there, and some other people from the group. So it was a really amazing thing, but it was about standing in our power. And we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. We are divine beings, and when we tune into that light, and that we are divine beings, and watching the silliness play out with all the kids on the playground, um, and watching it and really being aware of it, but also when we stand in our power, we affect the outcome of all of this. So, you know, it's amazing, our light, what it happens with it. So, and it could be that all this does need to fall apart. We're going away from Kali Yuga, and Kali, again, another divine feminine being, even though it was a masculine yuga. And I think the yugas last, what, 26 or 28,000 years.
Mhm.
So we're just at the end of it and going into the divine feminine, the edge of Aquarius. And it changes the ball game completely. And there's a lot of people that don't want that change, that they want to keep their finger on things. They want things to stay status quo. It's scary for things to change and to be a community, and helping everybody, helping our fellow people on the earth. So
Mhm.
anyway,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's beautiful, Terry. Thank you for saying that. It was really very important. And on my Instagram today, I had posted, change can be scary,
Mhm.
but don't allow fear to keep you from growing, from evolving, making progress, and healing. So we're in control of that, what we allow fear to do or not allow fear to do, and whether or not we're going to be walking around in fear or surviving and thriving in spite of it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you brought that up, because I feel like, I mean, there's so many entities coming in right now, but I don't know if you remember Chris. She was on with Debbie Freebird all the time, and
Yes,
she was
yes.
a scholar, or is a scholar, and she walked out of her body, and her sense of curiosity, and it's really interesting when we use fear, or we're fearful. then if we look at it and we even call it a name, like what is this I'm feeling, or ask that question, curiosity uses a different part of your brain than fear. So it changes the whole thing. And Chris was all about curiosity. If somebody said something that was outrageous, she's like, well, that's really interesting. Can we talk about that? And that changes the whole ball game, of that duality and non-duality. And George has been coming in a lot too. And he was a Vedic scholar, Reverend Saul, and I've got some
Wow.
of his crystals here, and
Oh,
and he's
wow.
just everywhere right now. So anyway, yeah.
That's wonderful. And,
Mhm.
with these the energies allow this, and your practice allows this. And you say, wow, Teri, how can Teri have that and I can't? Or why is Teri have it and I don't? Why, and it has to do with the practice. It has to do with your belief, first of all, right, Teri? I feel as though you're allowing for it to be a possibility, or consider it to be possible, is really important, to allow these things. And they're very, very subtle, you guys. I'm not sitting here saying that Saraswati came in and she was like, Jean, I want you to, it's not, it's like this pull, this inspiration, this energy, this reminder. And then I think I did what I had to do, and then it comes up here again. I'm like, okay, what is it? It's a very subtle energy. It's a very subtle awareness. Now, I have had stronger uh, interactions, but for this experience, it is just very subtle. And once you do it repeatedly, and you're in practice with it, and you recognize the little change in the energy around you, and you recognize the energy of the person that you feel coming in, and it's just that subtle awareness is all it takes. It's really, don't you think it's very subtle, Teri?
It is very subtle, and I think sometimes as spiritualists, that we, or whatever we want to call ourselves, intuitives, empaths, we're so sensitive, and so when we hurt, a lot of times we hurt deeper, or when we love, we might love deeper. There's so many different variables of that, but we don't always recognize the neural pathways, and then there's also the physical aspect of that, and creating new neural pathways of curiosity, and how that happens. I'm just looking back in my window because all of a sudden the trees are going crazy while I'm talking about this. But in seeing all the new energy that's coming in, so as we watch this new energy and the old energy go out, there is going to be a change, and there'll be some chaos as it happens, but we don't have to attach to that chaos. We stand in our power, and we are divine beings. We're creators. So we are creating that energy around us. Joe D, I call him Joe D now, but Dr. Joe Dispenza, Joey D, I've been calling him. Anyway, he was on this morning on my computer, and it was like something that he'd posted 6 months ago, but saying basically the same thing. It's like, who do you want to be? Like, who do you want to bring into your life? What do you want to bring into your life? Write it down, because that's who you want to be. So those are the characteristics that you need to have. So I was writing today, who am I? A soul question, and then writing down what I want from my life and what I want from everything else. And that's what I want to be. So all sorts of things. And it can include being silly, being fun. And we're not saying don't feel your emotions, because this is a very emotional time on the planet. Feel them, but watch yourself feeling them. Be aware of it.
I think awareness has a lot to do with it. And as we're chatting, I just want to remind everybody, we are going to be taking some questions. Please post your questions in caps and emojis. And just as a reminder, the questions will be chosen at random. And I thought for today, Teri, if it's okay with you, that we go with spirit guides, angels, and ancestor readings.
Yeah, awesome.
I
That's
I think
awesome.
it's a really good day to do that. And I'm sorry, you guys, something happened and all my formatting is off. So I don't know if I can't change it now. You can't do it after you go live.
Formatting uses a different part of the brain than the intuitive part, right? It's like,
So
interesting.
MLR says, I'm actually presently staying with a family from India in the birthplace of the American Revolution. Really odd combo. Any insight why? That's a fabulous question.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that, ML. Number one, I love that picture of your cat and that eye, that all-seeing eye. That's incredible. Talk about duality and non-duality, right? And the birthplace of America, and then staying with the family from India, the birthplace of the Vedas, of thousands of years of spiritual traditions. So I feel like you're like at that in between, in a way, in a spiritual way, and kind of showing you the differences. But we can pull some cards on that. Do you want to pull cards, or you want to?
Yes, that sounds great. Yeah.
I know sometimes you don't. I know sometimes, and I love that about you, because sometimes when I'm on with you, I don't like to pull cards either. But I do feel like they're kind of calling us to pull a card, or calling me to on this.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see what I have available.
Oh, this is very interesting, ML. So I get shadow work. So I feel like that's what we're all doing right now, is that shadow work. And there's the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and they're kind of doing a dance. So seeing the shadows of the old things that have come across, especially with the American Revolution and ancient wisdom. And anybody that knows my channel, they know that's George. So that is a picture of him. He looked
Yes.
exactly like that.
Yes.
And I love that. So here comes George. So bingo, you got him. He's in the house.
MLR
George is
says
in the house.
chills.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're doing a lot of shadow work. Yeah. That's really impressive. My late husband's seventh great grandfather was in the American Revolution. I think was 15 years old, and fought for 6 months. But I can't imagine. Can't imagine what that was like.
Let me just go back and find that from MLR. Here she is. I think it's extending. It's allowing you to look at things from a different point of view, because you're in their home and you are forced to see things the way they see things. But have you noticed how unaffected they are, and how much it's almost like they keep on keeping on. It's almost like one of my favorite things to say, and Wisdom Seeker Joan is here, so I know that she'll attest to this. But I always say, at the end of the Christmas show, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, he stole everything. He stole the roast beef. He stole the little, all the ornaments. He stole everything from them. And even the little candy canes that she was holding on to when she was sleeping, every last piece. And he was just waiting at the top of that mountain, waiting for them to cry and to be in fear, right? And what did he hear? He like leaned in and he heard a sound. He's like, what is that sound? They were rejoicing. They were singing. There was no tree, yet they did still gathered around. They still sang songs of hope and peace and joy, because it was what's in their hearts that he could never steal. So this is the part that we want to connect with. This is the part that we want to walk with and become and embody that part. And so this is what I feel like you may have noticed with this family, that they keep on keeping on, that they don't allow things to affect them in, in a dress. They don't give their power away. They know they always have their spiritual or their soul's essence and energy around them. So perhaps this is for you to observe and to maybe consider a different point of view, MLR. So good for you. And thank you very much for that
Beautiful.
question.
Yeah, I was called to pull some other cards. I also have a deck here from that Debbie gave me that was one of Chris's decks. And since they're both coming in and really being a part of this, I pulled Broken Heart. So I feel like this is what a lot of us are going through. We probably woke up Wednesday morning with a broken heart, but remembering our power and that you are the universe. So it sounds like something that Chris would definitely say to us. So I love that. Thanks, Chris. and George.
Wonderful. And I just want to shout out again to Wisdom Seeker Joan. She's on her walk and listening. So you no
Aw.
need to respond. I'm just letting everybody know. And so Julie Hamill is next. And after Julie is Blue Melissa. So Julie, just say hi. And she said a message from her spirit guides.
Julie, I'm getting, they're asking, what are you waiting for? It feels like you're getting ready to jump onto something new. And this could be having fun, which, hello, after the pandemic and everything else going on, sometimes I feel like, oh, I can't do that or I can't go there. But really getting out there, feeling your joy. And they show me 4 hearts. So I don't know if that's something that you can take if you have 4 siblings or 4 ex-husbands. I don't know what it is, but something about the 4 of hearts. It feels like you have a lot of new energy coming in and you just have to jump into it. Sometimes jumping into that creative consciousness. And once we jump into it, it's like we just channel a lot of things. So I feel like you have a lot of new gifts coming in.
And along with that, Teri, I was feeling that for Julie, what your spirit guides are coming through with sharing with me is a sense of patience and alignment. Allow your energy to align, and with things that you, or not the things, but with the energy that you would like to be, the energy that you would like to express. And be sure that you're not be sure, but to practice being in alignment. And you can do this through, physical meditation or going through your chakra balancing and you're clearing your auric field or doing guided meditations. These type of things will help you to come back to alignment. Even if you are inspired by an image that inspires you to learn more about, like, follow the breadcrumbs that spirit is guiding you, and it'll guide you into that alignment, and through patience it'll come to you, and that's what they want you to know.
Yeah, it's like you've got all this energy coming in, Julie. So gifts and new things coming in. So something special happening. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Julie. So
Yeah.
Blue Melissa is next. And Blue Melissa, are you here? Just say hello. And let me just make sure. Blue Melissa, if you're still here, just say hello. And I see Fernanda is next. If Blue Melissa is not here, I don't see her coming in.
Sometimes with that, takes a few minutes for everybody to pop in, you guys. So from StreamYard to YouTube. So sometimes when we ask, it'll take a minute. We can come
Okay.
back. Sure.
Yeah. Let's come back. And Fernanda, just say hello. Look, Ron, Unconditional Love is here. Hey,
Hi,
Ron.
Ron. Good
So
morning
nice.
again.
I know. So nice to see you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Fernanda. She said she's here.
Oh, good.
And she says, what do my guides think about me doing a podcast with my friend? Well, I know what I think, Fernanda. And I can check with my pendulum for your guides, but I think it's a phenomenal idea. I think it's phenomenal. And you got to start where you are. Don't wait for perfection. And Blue Melissa is here. Blue Melissa, just make sure you do the refresh and that you're on the live, and we'll take your question next. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for all of the, you know, the marketing material or your logo or, just start. Just begin, and you'll always have time to change it, update it, and make that marketing go through. But just definitely start. If you have the inspiration and you have something to say, I think it's really important. People need to hear what you have to say, what's on your mind. So let me see what your guides say. Is it in Fernanda's highest good to begin this podcast with? Okay, yes. Is it in her highest good to begin it with her friend? Yes. It's easier to talk to somebody while on a podcast than talking on your own. And will this podcast begin before the end of November 2024? No, you need a little more time. Will this podcast begin before the end, December 31st of 2024? Looks like it looks like you'll be up and running in December of this year. How about you, Teri?
Um, I'm like, yeah, a resounding yes, Fernanda. From Teri and from Spirit. So both. I get that you're going to have a lot of airwaves coming in. So you're going to get messages coming in and also going out. And something about 4 and 4, so 8, which is infinity, obviously, but also like 4 on either side of you, 4 waves coming in and on either side of you. If you look at my first meditations that I did on my channel when I started, and then it's like, it's just nice to get something under your feet. And Linda says the same thing. All of us say the same thing. It's like, doesn't matter where you are, you're going to get used to it and you're going to get really comfortable with it. I can see your face in it as well. So I think that I know you're doing a podcast. I hope you're going to do it either on YouTube or on a format also that we can see you, because you have a glow about you. Something about the stars. I don't know if this is going to be astrology that you're going to bring into it, Fernanda, but I see stardust and I see stars around you. So I feel like it's going to be enlightening for people, but also it's going to be something that people can see and they can learn from. But what are the 7 stars? Is there a thing about the 7 stars?
Yeah, that's the 7 sisters, the Palladians.
There you go. That's who's coming in. Yeah, because it also says blue here. So yeah, something to do with that.
That gives me chills, Fernanda. I would definitely look more into that. She's definitely connected.
Yeah.
With the 7 sisters for sure.
Yeah.
Whew. So thank you very much, Fernanda. And Blue Melissa says, I hope you can see me. And look, I see you. I crack myself up, you guys.
I love that. So Deepak talks about that too. He says when people ask about getting a guru or something, he's like, guru, how do you spell guru? G-U-R-U. You're your own guru.
Oh, wow.
I love that. I always think
You
that's
are
funny.
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got this.
Wow,
Blue
I love
Melissa.
that. So Fernanda says she wants to have me and Teri holding your space as one of her first guests on her podcast. Everybody see that?
Sold.
No,
Sold.
she didn't say that. She said she wants to channel spirit guides. But I
Oh,
think a good interview would be good.
yeah, we'll come on for sure, Fernanda.
I don't know if we're the
Oh,
first psychics that you asked that question to, but if we are, we deserve a a little highlight when you're
a
up and
walk
running.
on. There you go.
I'm teasing you, Fernanda. Thank you so much. Okay, so um, Blue
Blue
Melissa is,
Melissa.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. She's laughing. She's laughing. Good. So she says, I would love a message from my parents or spirit regarding my health. Do they have any guidance? So we can work around the energy, but let me see if I can tune into spirit um, and see what spirit's advice has for you. So, spirit's advice, first of all, first and foremost, they say that you have the ability, we all have the ability to heal ourselves and to improve our own health and to pursue a line of treatment remedy in a holistic manner. Just because you broke your big toe and your toe is wrapped doesn't mean you need to get your rest, get plenty of fluids, make sure you're eating right. Like it's holistic, and make sure you're resting. It's very holistic. So they want you to look at this as a holistic in a holistic way. They want you to consider reading about improving and changing one's vibration to improve your health and to request for your spirit guides and angels for assistance in changing the vibration so that your body is in more of an harmony and on a healing path. And they're also reminding me about acupuncture is a great aid in recovery and healing. How about you, Teri?
Yeah. I love that. Blue, they were kind of bringing in the throat chakra for you. And I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but like you felt like maybe at some time in your life, you were put into a box because they were all showing me a box. And how many of us have not been able to speak our truth? And how many of us also, consequently, the truth that we tell ourselves, the story we tell ourselves is not always good. Because I feel like sometimes it's been hard to breathe because of that. And they're telling me I love the idea of doing anything Ayurvedic, and especially acupressure. Also, knowing your truth, like writing it out, perhaps what your truth is, what you want your truth to be who you want to be, not necessarily who you think you are right now, right? Um, and letting go of shadows. So, do you feel like there's some shadows here of things that have happened that you can release? And sometimes when I'm doing breath work and we're doing breath work in our meditations, I suggest when you inhale, inhaling light, and then when you exhale, see if there's any shadows there that you can push out. Because sometimes we'll have like a cloud that comes out or something, and sometimes you even have a feeling of what it was. Did somebody put you in a box and tell you that you couldn't do something? Because I do feel like um, sunlight is going to help as well for some of this. So, and whether that's expansion or transformation, walking in your light, or vitamin D. But anyway, entertainment only. But yeah, I hope you do well, Blue Melissa.
Yeah, all the best to you and a speedy recovery for
Yeah.
sure. Um, Oops, I hit butterflies are free. I guess I hit that next one. Guess what? Butterflies are free. You're next. Sometimes when you click off of things, it's over top of something else and it just pops up. So butterflies are free. If you're still here, just say hello. Yeah, you want to, Blue Melissa says, I'm not really sure how to clear that. They want you to reach out to some, an energy practitioner and maybe even ask for referrals from that, but also ask your guides to guide you in the correct, in the direction that is best for you. And Blue Melissa, I don't know if you know Julie Ryan, and I think that's her YouTube name. She really has a lot of energetic energy healing and clearing and things like that. So you might want to look up Julie Ryan, and she's a psychic and a medical medium, I believe.
Yeah, Dr. Gail, Skywalking the Moon, she does the Solaris Healing Center once a month too, and it's a blue light. And even if you watch one of the old shows, you can get the healing from the blue light. So that's another good one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So look around, and ask your guides to direct you. But we're all energetic beings, and a lot of the solutions and our energy, and you're in charge of your own energy and practicing, raising your vibration and helping your body to return into harmony. And as I'm saying that, the binaural beats are coming in as well. There's light,
Oh.
there's frequency, there's music, there's energy, there's all different modalities, but they're all available to you. Oh, she said, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so Butterflies Are Free says, what do my angels have for me? So Teri, if you're not going to be doing cards, I won't make you big. I'm sorry, I was making you big thinking you're
No, I sometimes I love bringing in the cards, and sometimes they call and sometimes they don't, but it's always refreshing, you guys, because Jean is so tuned in that she doesn't really often use a tool, and it's fun to work with somebody like Jean because it raises your vibration in it and it gets in a little deeper. You do, but not always. So anyway, it changes the energy.
okay.
So definitely since George is here, he's talking about 33 trillion angels. Butterflies are free and bringing them in on a daily basis. So just see yourself surrounded with angels. If there is a time when your energy gets low or you're not feeling yourself right now, which there's a lot going on the planet, let those angels lift you off, like almost like a plane taking off. They're showing me. So holding space for you. Give them jobs to do. They want jobs to do. So, and you can call in a particular one for each thing, or you can just call them all the 33 trillion in, or 33,000 trillion, however many you want. But they're just notifying that they're there. I feel like you're really tuned in. Butterflies are free to. I don't know what your sense is that you're using. If you see them, if you feel them, if you hear them, but it feels like you know them. Also, claircognizance. So just knowing that they're there and knowing what they're doing for you, and talk to him. Like sometimes Metatron comes up and he'll just be sitting next to me in a silver pantsuit or tracksuit, some big giant. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, so have fun with them. They want you to enjoy what you're doing and have some joy with them, like a little kid. So I do feel you doing that. And you've got something two-sided, like a present that you're going to be able to open up, like a new pathway or a door or a portal that they're bringing into you. So you just have to open it.
Wonderful, Teri. That was beautiful. Butterflies are free. What I'm picking up for you is that they want you to become more acquainted with them in the sense that bring them into your everyday And what they're suggesting is if you have an oracle deck that has angels and archangels or angels, all different ones, pull out a card a day and leave it somewhere like on your refrigerator or by your coffee maker, whatever it is that you can walk by a million times a day. And each day, each morning, when you're sitting down in the morning, I want you to look at that oracle card and I want you to write yourself a note, and it's a message from that angel, whatever it is. And each and every day until you get through the oracle deck, and then you can look through to see if there's any similarities or any messages that are threading through. But they want you to write because it takes you outside of your doubt, and they want you to call on them each and every day. And I feel like you're visual, and it's important for you to bring them in a visual manner. And if you have a statue of some sort, that's fine too. But oracle cards are just so beautiful and descriptive, and you can, some of them, especially the Kyle Gray, the eyes are just, you can
Oh my
just
God.
go into a different portal right through their eyes. So try pulling out a card and writing a message to yourself from the angels, from each and every one. I think that you'll find a couple of them came through a little or will come through stronger than the others, and they're the ones you want to pick out and work with on a continual basis.
Yeah, and I love that you brought that up to write it down, because that brings in alchemy. Like when you work with the energy, spiritual energy, and you feel it and you see it, and then you do something physical, whether it's making a sound or drawing something, that manifests it that much faster. I did pull a card for you, and it's playfulness. So of course, so go ahead and play with it, have fun with it. Don't take it real seriously, because really energy is fun. It's joy.
Yep. It raises your vibration.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
that allows that communication to come through even stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. A little silly. Angels like silly.
Okay, is Monica or
Mhm.
Pamela here? Monica Starr. I
I
think
see
that's,
Pamela Lay.
yeah. You see Pamela?
Yeah,
Okay.
she just said something, so I know Pamela's
Okay.
here.
So she wants to know if there's any messages. And Monica's here. You'll be next, Monica. So Pamela says, any messages from spirit guides or angels or ancestors? Let's see who wants to come through.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go
I
ahead.
got a guardian angel for you, Pamela. Your guardian angel is almost like, yes, she's on the path. She's understanding the hints. She's hearing us. She's understanding us. They are celebrating your progress in communication and your progress in searching for the information. I feel as though you're moving along on your spiritual journey, and your guardian angel specifically, is over the moon, no pun intended, over your progress. I feel as though you may have just had a huge jump in your awakening, in your awareness, in your development, and your guardian angels are saying that you're on the right path and to be patient. I feel like you're still balancing different uh, and what they're recommending, because you're still balancing, it's almost like you're in and aware for a while, and then you go away and vacation for a while, and then you're in and aware, and they're saying that there is this balance, and not to be self-critical or judgmental about this, and you will find your balance. And they do ask you to just invite them in each and every day, whether it's 5 minutes when you're doing the dishes or having a shower, or before you wake up in the morning. Just connect and talk to your spirit guides and angels with this awareness. And even if you don't hear anything, even if you don't know if anybody's hearing you, in your thoughts and in your mind, if you connect to that higher vibrational consciousness. It'll work on this muscle and more things. It's almost like opening the door and opening the door. So I hope that is meaningful for you, Pamela. What did you get there, Teri?
A lot the same, much the same. So Pamela, it's funny, they show me 11 orbs. So I don't know if you're seeing orbs or if circles have something important, concentric circles, but they're also showing me the number 11. And I think you might be seeing 1111 a lot. So 1111 is the spiritual awakening, exactly what Jean said. So I feel like you're opening doors right now. And part of when catastrophes happen on the planet, part of that is an awakening. Yeah, you see 11 a lot. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So that's them giving you a message that you are on the right path. You are right where you need to be. And you guys, we're all where we need to be, okay? We are all on our path. So so just recognizing that you're there, you're on your path. And you're going to be seeing it a lot more. And they're talking about the number 9 as well. Like this might be the end of an old way and the beginning of a brand new way that's coming in for you. So the end of a storyline that either we told ourselves, which could be what's going on here. Like, we can't do that. We're not divine. We're not angels. We're not of this realm. Well, we are. We do have divinity and we can make changes. So that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Teri, and thank you, Pamela. Wonderful. And next we have Monica Starr. And she said, I would love a message about working with a woman, and her name starts with a G. So, Monica, is this Pamela says, I do feel that 9 change. Okay, so she's familiar with that. Oh,
Yeah.
and Jonathan Daly is here. Hi, Jonathan. So
Aloha.
Jonathan and I are going to be doing a show right after this, coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be doing a unicorn show, messages from your unicorn. And he has some lovely decks that we're going to be sharing with all of you.
I love that.
I'm looking forward to being on his channel and getting together and exploring the messages from unicorn. So Monica, just let us know, is this woman a challenging person for you, or a message about working with a woman and her name starts with G? Or are you looking to work with her, or are you cautious about working with her? You can just give us a little more information. It might be more detailed answer, especially since I'm going to be using my pendulum.
Yeah. And is it Linda G? Because when you said G, I just immediately thought of Linda, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something about the number 7, Monica, comes in, and they're showing me 7 waves. You're cautious about working with.
Yeah, she's cautious about working with her.
Yeah, yeah. So there might be some emotions with that. Sometimes, what does water represent to you? Sometimes the water is consciousness. Sometimes water is emotions. Sometimes it's going with the flow. This person might make what looks to you like a small wave look like a really big wave to her. So she might have a tendency to blow things up a bit, or go with her emotions a little more, like drama, a little bit of drama, let's say. So I kind of feel like if you set your boundaries and just recognize where she's at, because they're even showing me right here. Oh, you can't really see it very well, but anyway, it's the waves are really big at the beginning and then they get really small. And I feel like that's where you are, that you're not going to be doing that. So yeah, if you want to, if this is something that you want to do, I feel like you're going to be strong enough to stand in your power and put those boundaries up and watch her where she's at. And it's going to be something beautiful for her to learn from. But if it's too much work, if you get into it, you're going to know right away if it's not something that you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Teri. So with Monica, is working with this woman whose name starts with G in Monica's highest good. Yep. Is this work relationship between Monica and the woman that name starts with G? Is this a favorable working condition? I'm getting yes, which I was not expecting. Um, is is this uh, is this woman's exterior um, more mm, does not match her interior? Is this woman have an appearance that does not match her? I feel like she may be like not in appearance, but her energetic, she may have the defenses up and be assertive and not aggressive, but just assertive and confident. And, in the beginning, but maybe after you get to know her, she's not always like that. Um, is there any concern? Is there, is there any concern for Monica's health, for Monica's energy? And that's up to you, Monica. Is Monica in full control of her own energy? And it's saying, yes, you're in full control of your own energy. Is working with this woman named G, is this going to affect Monica's energy? And again, that's up to you. That's free will. Is Monica able to work with this woman with name begins with G in a win-win situation? I'm getting yes. And I'm really surprised. I thought it would say, let me know if there's something I didn't ask, but I tried to go about it in many, many different ways. But I think it's important to have caution. I think it's important to give your instincts consideration, and also to give her the benefit of the doubt and just uncover it yourself. Find out what's behind the rough exterior, and you might find somebody just as sensitive as you, and that's her defense. I don't
Yeah.
know,
I
but
get
I would give it a try.
I also get protection. So just keep your boundaries up, and be curious. Like when she says something, that you're like, what was that? And it's an inconsistency that you're not aligned with. Yeah. I feel like you're going to be able to help draw her out of that. But do you want to do that? Right. But you're going to be a great asset to her and getting that way. And sometimes there's like I have a lot of old friends that are very, very vocal about a lot of things. And that's okay. I love their strength and I acknowledge it where it's at. And walk on by and wave, right? So there'll be some things that you'll just have to smile and wave, and other things that you can take. So yeah, just
Mhm.
recognizing that, Monica, you're strong enough to keep it.
If she's causing you frustration because of something that she's doing, maybe this is an opportunity for you to ask for what you expect, and ask for, her to. It's about tolerance, and it's about, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like, just because she's inconsistent doesn't mean she doesn't have good ideas or that she's not a good worker. It's to tolerate certain aspects of somebody and working with them helps you to grow and for you to expand your compassion and understanding, and also your patience. And I know it's not easy working with me. Sorry, guys. See, and I always forget to make myself.
Oh, I was just looking at you. I wasn't looking at me.
I know. I do that all the time. And, people, I'm not easy to work with. I'm sure I have little idiosyncrasies and maybe big idiosyncrasies, but you're not going to get along with everybody 100%. Try and work on maybe not blaming her or getting frustrated with her, but maybe understand, say, is there something I can do to help you maybe, be a little more on point or a little more on schedule? Is there anything that I can do to help you be this way, or to provide this information in a timely manner. Yeah. And it's just an opportunity. I'm not saying you have to marry the woman and you don't have to do business with her, but I think it's an opportunity in tolerance and acceptance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, only because my pendulum was saying yes, yes, yes. It's, it's good and it's fine. I don't think that there's anything, other than that. I want to say hello to Sparky and artist Liz and Laura Fairfield and Sal Ross. Looks like somebody else just got off and everybody's jumping over to say hello. Nice to see everybody. Thank you all for coming in. And thank you, Monica Starr. She says thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. So Laura is saying her sister died 3 weeks ago unexpectedly. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You've had the feeling that you knew, even though she was only 57. I know, hindsight is really 2020, Laura. And sometimes when we get that kind of a feeling, we don't want to believe it because we don't want to bring it into reality or into, to manifest it. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that you felt like you knew it and that you felt like there was nothing you could have done, Laura, is what I'm feeling. There's nothing you could have done to change the outcome.
Yeah. Do you see the second part of her question? Yeah. Is it possible that my sister knew her time to die was near? Is it possible for sisters to be soulmates? I love that. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You are soulmates.
Yeah.
I think if you had that sort of, even if it's just a thought, a fleeting thought that passes through your mind, I think that it's quite possible she could have had something like this too. And, we all, I mean, it could happen to all of us and never, we never pass away. We could all think about it or have a fleeting thought. We don't think about that really means something. So she may have. I think that our spirit guides and our ancestors and our loved ones who are on the other side often come through with little hints to help prepare us. But there's nothing that you could have done to change the situation. I'm so sorry for your loss, Laura. And what was your sister's first name? Did you give us her first name? She's 57.
Yeah, so young, Laura. Yeah. Yeah. You did have that thought, and we did share thoughts a lot. Yeah. She's coming in and giving you a big hug and saying her name was Susan. Yeah. Susan's coming in and giving you a big hug, honey. And she's saying, I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye. But she's with you all the time. And I feel like she's showing me her hands on your shoulders, on the outside of your shoulders, just hugging you, holding you tight. And you're going to feel that. You might feel it in the back of your heart chakra as well. Sometimes angels come in and they give you energy through the back of your heart chakra. And you might feel it on your shoulders. But she's also showing me something up here with the right side of her brain. So I don't know if it was a stroke or what happened, but something up here. But she comes in right there too, and she's giving you blessings. So she's your angel now. So Susan is, and that's the card that they gave me to show you. So lots of love to you, Laura.
Yeah, absolutely, Laura. And what you said, Laura, that you two shared thoughts a lot. This is an opportunity for you to continue that communication with her on the other side, because the same way that you shared thoughts is the same way that you can communicate with her now. And to keep that line of communication open and to invite her in and allow obviously you're grieving, so maybe the signs and synchronicities are not as apparent right now, but as you move through that and the signs and synchronicities begin for you, allow that and try not to second guess yourself and and dismiss it away. Just give her the benefit of the doubt and say, I know that penny was from you. I know that feather was from you. Even if you're not 100% sure it was her or your grandfather or so, just give her the benefit of the doubt, because it leaves you open. It leaves them an invitation to come in with more signs and synchronicities. If you say, I'm not real sure, I'm not sure that my sister would send me a quarter. I think she'd send me a quarter and not a dime. Like, try not to analyze or second guess it. Just say, thank you very much from Susan and all of my loved ones. Thank you all for the signs and synchronicities. Yes, I hear you. I feel you. Even if it's a song on the radio, Susan, I know you sent that to me. Give them the benefit of the doubt. It leaves an open, welcome energy for them to communicate with you.
Yeah, Laura, she also brought in something about sugars, sugar plum, sugar. You're my little sugar bee. Something about that she brought in, and she's talking about that, and also since you guys are soulmates, and everybody, this goes for all of us. There are times in our life, and we've talked about that, when we have a big change in our life, or a catastrophe, or a death, or something. That is a chance for a reset. This was contract that you guys had on the other side, and you've done this in other lifetimes, and this is a chance for you, a huge growth for you, a huge reset. And it's like one is pulling up the other, hand in hand, in each lifetime, that you've had other lifetimes like this, that you pulled each other up, and that's how we grow. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's an honor to grow with your soulmate like that. So this is her honor, and honoring you. Makes
That
me
was
cry.
beautiful. Wow.
Makes
I've
me
never
cry,
heard
Laura.
that before.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. And
Yeah.
Yoda is here, and he says, telepathic we all are.
Aw, warrior girl. I love that.
Isn't that a Yoda way of saying
That's
it?
such a Yoda. We are. We all are. Yeah.
Warrior girl, you made us all laugh. That was so funny.
Yeah.
And it is true, but I love the way you said it.
Yeah. I love warrior girl. She's amazing. She's on it, man.
She somehow managed to uplift everybody's spirits. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Teri. That is our show for today. Are you going to be on later on today?
I am. I'm gonna be on pretty soon at 12:30 with with Kelly Healer. Kelly. Hopefully. She's not too far from the fires in California. So yeah, we'll be on
I
together
see.
pretty soon. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, we are going to let you go so you can get started. Give Kelly my best. Tell her I hope everything turns out okay for her. Thank you,
Thanks.
everybody, for being here, for asking your questions. And all of those who didn't get their questions answered, thank you for being here and holding space for everybody. And we will see you again next time.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you, Jean.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Thanks, Teri. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.